In this video, we're going to take a look at how bullets and numbering work in PowerPoint 2016. So let's go get a file to play with. I'm going to go to File, New, and we are going to do a search for Business Project Plan. And I know there's one out there that looks like this. We're going to click on that one, and we're going to create a new slideshow. And I like this one just because it's got lots of different stuff in here. We got some bulleted lists at the beginning, and then we've got some smart art and some more smart art and a chart and some smart art and a table. So it's got a lot of different things in it. So it's a good example. So let's find a slide that has some bulleted list on it. And here's one right here on slide number 3. And notice everything is kind of grayed out up here. As soon as I click inside my bulleted list text, it's just a text box here with bullets inside. A bunch of things turn back on again. And so here's the default list that we started out with. And you can see up here on our Home tab in the paragraph group, we've got bulleted list selected. And if we click on the down arrow here, we can try some other options. And okay, now notice it's only doing it to the one line that I have selected. Okay, if I want to apply to the whole thing, I need to click on the border here. And this is kind of hard to see in the video, but when you click on the border once, you get a solid line. Once you click inside the border, it turns to a very fine dotted line. And when you have the dotted line, you can modify stuff. So let's change our text red here. And it's just what is selected. But if I click on the border here and I get my solid line back, and now if I click on red text, everything turns red. So when you've got the solid line around a text box, whatever formatting you do applies to everything that is in the text box. So if I go back to my Home tab now, and click on italics, everything becomes italic. If I click on bold, everything becomes bold, everything becomes underlined. And so that's because I have a solid line around this. Okay, now let's go and let's take a look at, let's go to level 2 here, and let's say I want to increase the indent there. So this is a subordinate item to this first item here. Click on the increase list level up here, and it gets a little bit smaller, and the bullet gets a little bit smaller. Let's go down this next line, and let's indent that to a third level. So let's click on increase indent level, and then again, and it keeps indenting, it keeps getting the text a little bit smaller and the bullet symbol a little bit smaller. And then let's take this one down here, and let's indent it. And if I hit it once, it goes to level 2 here, which would be on the same level as what's the purpose or business need for this project. And since I haven't indented this at all, this would also be up here at the outermost level. Okay, so let's select the whole thing. Now I've got a solid line around everything. And let's go back up here, and we saw we could change the bullet symbols before. But if you don't want one of these 7 options right here, you can go to bullets and numbering here, and click on customize, and it'll give us our font list here. And I'm going to type a W. Let's go down to the Wingdings 2 font. That usually has some things that we can use for bullets. So we got quite a few symbols here that could probably be considered bullet symbols. I'm just going to pick one of the stars here. So let's click on this one, and you see they're numbered. That is character number 215 in the Wingdings character set. And then I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to click on OK again, and now I get stars. And again, there's not a whole lot of difference, but the stars do get a little bit smaller as you work your way in. We can also, let's click, make sure you select the whole thing here. Actually, I'm going to not select the whole thing. I'm going to click on this first line here, and I'm going to change it to a numbered list. Well, it only changes the first thing to a numbered list because that's all I had selected. So if I select everything here, and now click on numbered list, then everything that's inside here becomes a numbered list. And this is top level 1, and then under that, this is subordinate level 1, and then it's level 1, item number 1 on the third level here, and then this is back out to item 2 on the second level, and this is item 2 back on the first level. And you can also, we did some increased levels. You can also use the arrow key to go back out the other way. And so now all three of these are on the same level. And you can also do the same thing with a Shift Tab, which I'm going to do with the keyboard right now. So Shift Tab, and now that takes that out one more level. Now that's item number 2 at my topmost level. And that's the way you do bullets and numbering in PowerPoint 2016.